Good morning, folks. You're tuned into Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here it's not just about fixing cars, it's about keeping you rolling and saving you money, giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood, from the classics to the commuters, the weird noises to the what the heck moments. We've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Saturday morning and Monday through Friday morning pit stops for stories, smarts, and a few good laughs. I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and we are shifting into gear this morning. So stab that clutch, grab that shifter, and pick another gear. If you can't find them, grind them. And we'll have a few of those when you're finished. It's called scrambled gears. Well, lots to get through. Hope you had a fabulous spring break and did a bunch of stuff. The weather really was kind of all over the road map, wasn't it? Yeah, up, down, and sideways. Well, let's hope that the tail end of March gives us a little more blue sky and sunshine. Anybody in for that? I've got both hands and both legs up in the air. Yeah, like a dead bug. I'm in anytime, because this wacky weather, it's not my favorite. Lots to get through this week. If you're joining us for the very first time, prepare your morning swiggy, whatever that is, whatever your morning breakfast beverage is. If you're slipping through the drive-through, getting ready to start a new week, take it easy out there. Keep an eye on the other guy. Might be some sleepy drivers out there. Lock down that beverage, and we'll have a swiggy in just a few moments as we get things rolling. You're going to need crayons. 16-pack of Crayola crayons works perfect. And a leaf bag. You know, one of those leaf bags? Yeah. Perfect memo pad. Fold it up. You can fold it up the size of a laptop and take notes. So if you have a co-pilot, crayons, leaf bag, good to go. If not, the home page of our website is the biggest drawer in our toolbox. That's where everything we talk about on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, iHeartRadio, we're on all platforms with our podcasts. So wherever you're pulling your podcast from, we're there. iHeart, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, we're there. And we're working on moving over all 118 episodes of Car Connection Workshop over to our YouTube channel. So you'll be able to snag them there very, very soon. So by the end of this week, that's the goal, to have that done, and also providing you with YouTube Shorts. So I've been practicing with that, so we'll see how we do. That's another tool in the toolbox. But all our program partners and sponsors are available to you on the home page as well. Their logos are there. Click their logo, and it'll open a profile page, and you can connect with them from there and let them know that we sent you. We'd really appreciate that. Our YouTube channel is there to teach you 5 things: what it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and what you could have learned as just basic vehicle ownership and repairs and maintenance. Just the basics. You don't have to overthink it. You just need to know some basics, and you can save yourself not hundreds of dollars a year, thousands of dollars a year, just understanding your automobile a little bit more. And no, they are not maintenance free. That's the car game. And here, my job for you is, this is the lane I'm in and have been in for over 32 years and 44 years as a service tech. I've been carving out and have been carving out for over 40 years how to teach you all to save thousands of dollars in car repairs. And it is plenty doable to have a 10 or 15-year-old car that still performs and runs like an absolute dream machine. The talking heads don't want you to do that. The talking heads don't even like me, because I'm an advocate for you, not for the manufacturer, not for the parts suppliers, not for even technicians. I'm here to educate you, to help you. If you're willing to listen and you're willing to learn and you're willing to do, because remember, the do does and the did is done, you're going to move forward and you're going to save a ton of money. Coming up as we get closer and closer to more spring-like weather, I'm waiting for it because I have a vehicle that needs to be rust-proofed. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow, Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. for Motor Mouth's Morning Drive. Is it worth it? Well, you'll have to tune in and find out, because my vehicles are 19 years old, 18 years old, and beyond. And it has to do with one simple application. Saves you thousands of dollars. This morning, yes, we have a topic. Season 2, episode 118 this morning. So there's all kinds of podcasts. If you're just joining us and you have not been tuning in from the very beginning, you haven't missed anything. They're all on our iHeartRadio library. And again, all going well, by the end of the week, we'll have all 118 plus episodes available to you through our YouTube channel. So I'm working on that. That is on the table this week, and firing off YouTube shorts. Alignments, necessity or not? Money grab? Don't worry. Motor Mouth's going to explain. So don't go too far. Car Connection brought to you by Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, are certified financial planning professionals for over 50 years with IG Wealth Management. If you've got questions regarding investment portfolio, debt, dealing with a lot of debt, estate planning, how many of you have an estate plan? Powers of attorney, beneficiaries, health proxies. Yeah, it's not something you do yourself, folks. You don't go get a do-it-yourself packet, because if you do, somewhere in that kit tells you to have a lawyer check it for you. Otherwise, you leave yourself, those behind in an estate upside down and sideways mess. And CRA is rubbing their hands together going, thank you. Thank you for putting all that, working all those years and putting that together so we can just snatch it out from underneath you. Mortgages, they arrange mortgages. I haven't had a mortgage with a bank for about 15 years. Their rates are fantastic, and their mortgage team, outstanding service. And more. Here's what I would suggest. You have the opportunity through me. Tony and Larry have been my financial planners for over 20 years. That's why I call them my brothers from other mothers. You get an hour and a coffee. That's what we call it. It's a discovery meeting, and it's free. And leave your wallet, leave your purse at home. They're not going to be selling you anything. It's a discovery meeting to figure out where you're at, where you want to go, and they'll draft a plan to get there. And it's not a 10-minute deal to draft that plan. They're willing to give you their time to get you on track. And if you choose either one, Tony or Larry, to connect with, hang on to their coattails. I'm speaking from the position of been there, done that more than once. Yeah, been there, done that. Thank you to City Auto Sales and Leasing. Earl and Louise Grant are your husband and wife team there. They're car guys and have been for over 20 plus years. If you're in the market or someone you know and you want to buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity, City Auto Sales and Leasing. They also have in-house financing, quality vehicles, fair prices, and I'll tell you, they sell no junk there. They are GTA's, the Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. That's where you need to go. If it's 90 minutes one way to get there for you, this is the second largest purchase you're going to make next to a home or property. So slow the process down. It's not like getting a fast food burger or a cup of joe in the morning through the drive-through. Slow the process down. Earl and Louise Grant will walk you through it, but I'll tell you what they won't do. They won't let you go out the door car broke. They'll have a little chitty chat with you and say, you know what, use something as a stepping stone to get to where you really want to be But the worst thing is to be upside down and sideways in a car payment and you lose your job, or finances change in the household. Something goes awry. So check in with Earl and Louise Grant. Let them know we sent you. They have quite an inventory, but if you're looking for something specific, they can help you find it. They have 20 plus years and a lot of resources to find the quality vehicles that are out there. Thank you to Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, Canada. Building Canada since 1931, providing building supplies and hardscape landscaping materials. Connect with them today if you're looking to build something special in your backyard, your very own oasis, that hideaway. Get in touch with them. They can connect you with contractors that can estimate and get the work started and finished, and you can enjoy that backyard outdoor space. Crystal Ridge Dream Center is our non-profit faith-based organization fundraiser for this year in 2026. They're out there working hard in the Niagara region, changing lives one at a time, serving men, women, seniors, single moms, children. They have after-school programs for them. They mentor them, help them with their homework. They feed them, and they also play really good games with them, like chocolate bingo. Still trying to get a seat in there. It's tight. It's tight. Love, hope, and changing lives one at a time, especially in times when community sport is crucial. Crystal Ridge Dream Center shines as a beacon of compassion and transformation, located at 385 Derby Road in Crystal Beach. And they're serving hot meals out the door Tuesdays and Fridays, almost reaching 300 people per day, twice a week. So if there's anything that you feel on your heart that you could do to help them, they don't get any outside funding whatsoever. They have to raise their own funds. So my job for them is at all the car shows and all the events we go to, fundraising events, is to promote, and let people know who they are, where they are, and what they're doing. So if you can help them out with being a weekly or monthly donator, or maybe donating your time, being one of their amazing volunteers, check them out on our website. Would you do that? I very, very much appreciate that as well. Total Freedom, USA and Canada, they are an addiction campus for those who've made the decision that now is the time to deal with it. And I've been attached to them for many years now, and to see lives being changed there as well is absolutely outstanding. Well, let's get into this morning's program, shall we? So I thank our sponsors, because without them, we wouldn't be here. They've been helping us for many years, and when we decided to make the change up and give you more ways to watch and listen and engage by going digital, it's changed everything. And having some of our sponsors come along with us has been just outstanding as well. Weather forecast this morning, brought to you by City Auto Sales and Leasing. 31 degrees right now and cloudy. Wind is making it feel a whole lot colder at 23 degrees. Cloudy conditions will continue all day today. Today's temperature range, 26 to 36 Fahrenheit, and it's going to feel more like 15 to 31 on the precip scale. Chance of rain, 0.2 of an inch. That's what we're looking at today for the Monday morning weather forecast. Well, with that, let's grab a swiggy together so we can get some high octane in us and get moving. We count it down, and we do it on 3, 2, 1. You ready? So whatever your favorite morning beverage is, thanks for joining us this morning and allowing us into your world as we allow you into mine. And that's scary. 3, 2, 1. I can't beat that. You just can't. Second swiggy, what do you say? Very, very good. So remember the homepage of our website, everything we talk about, every video we shoot. Mondays are shoot days, so it's a busy day here around the Car Connection Workshop. A bunch of new videos coming out on some repairs that you tie in with the program today. Alignments. Necessity or not? Money grab or actually a benefit to your automobile? And yes, we will have, as the weather gets better and we can maintain 50, I want to see at least 55, 60 degrees and maintaining that. And then we will fire off our 30-day fuel savings challenge. You want to put an extra $100 back in your pocket per vehicle? I can do it for you. I can lead you, but you have to do the work. And it's not that big a deal. If you can put your socks on in the morning and dress yourself, that's about it. That's about the effort. So don't get spooked thinking, I'm already exhausted. I'm working 150 hours a week and there's only 168 hours that is total. I'm almost at the max. One more thing. I can't do one more thing. Yes, you can. Absolutely. You want to get something done, give it to a busy person. But if you can put a $100 bill back in your pocket per month, would that excite you? You going to get a $1,200 raise this year? A little tap on the shoulder, a little sticky note in your paycheck saying thanks for coming out and being a team player. I don't know about you, but I would say, Jenkins, you're late. Oh, glad you noticed. I didn't even go home. How about that? You're late. I've been here all night. And that was pretty often. Let's jump into this. Well, I can't speak for where you live, but the roadways where we live and play and have the Car Connection workshop, they're rougher than a stucco toilet seat. That's all I got to say about that. And I'm not beating up on our road crew, but you know what? If we're paying all the taxes out of the fuel to fix the roads, my question is, qu'est-ce que c'est? When are we getting started on spending that money on fixing the freaking roads, you clowns? Come on. Send in the clowns. Oh, sorry, they're already here. Yeah, our roadways are rough. And a lot of roadways are rough. So that's where my big question comes in. You know, the taxes on the fuel. Oh, yeah, that goes to fixing roads. Roads? Where we're going, there are no roads. Where have I heard that before? Quick reminder, Fun Friday. You've got to check in with us on Fun Friday. That's where we just let our hair down and just, like a box of donuts and a beaker of fresh coffee on the workbench, and we just talk about stuff. You know, how cars can be a love-hate relationship, funny things that have happened to us with our automobiles and others, and just have a good time on Friday working into the weekend. And then Saturday is Q&A Saturday. That's 8 till 9 a.m. every Saturday morning. I answer your questions. So we've had some fantastic questions getting emailed in. So where are your questions? Gotcha. Niall at ccbusnet.com or motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. And I include all kinds of tips, tricks, and ideas in the descriptions of our YouTube videos and our podcasts. So anything I'm referring to on the air or on video, you'll find that information for yourself in our description boxes. So here's my recommendation on the description boxes for the videos and the podcasts. If you ain't reading them, you are missing out on a ton of automotive advice that I do not always get to in the videos and on our podcasts. So if you're one of those dudes or dudettes that's a skimmer when it comes to stuff coming into your email box, this is an opportunity for you to actually collect a lot of information that will help you a lot and save you from being ripped off in the automotive service and repair business. Because I've received thousands and thousands of emails over the course of 31 years on radio. Hey, Motormouth, can you take a look at this repair bill? Do you think they ripped me off? So let's not go there. let's head that off at the curve, right? And how I can help you to do that is read the description boxes. I put the intel in there specifically, not for me, for you, to help you. Because that's why we now have more ways for you to watch and listen. I'm in your corner. I'm that golden tech that you'd like to get your hands on. Because there are two ways to own a car. You're either living in the unknown or you're living in the know. One creates stress and the other gives you freedom, mental freedom. And I don't know about you, but if they took away my sticky notes, I'd be drawn and quartered. I'm done. I'm done at that point. I can't always remember every single thing, and it's rattling around in your brain along with everything else you got to remember for everybody else in the household, right, ladies? That's how it kind of works. So if you can get some peace of mind, because you cannot put price tag on peace of mind. So with the roads being as rough as they are, if you think for 1 minute that your vehicle just handles that without issue, think again. Not true. We're going to be talking about steering geometry. I know. Math class sucked for me too. With a K and a T. Sucked. Yeah, it did. But then I decided I think I better hang on to my math teacher because I'm going to need to know formulas and stuff. And in automotive, there's measurements, converting fractions to decimals, and then you throw the metric system in there as the tool of the devil. And you got quite a stew of numbers to constantly figure out. Measurements, volume, capacity, swept volume, horsepower, inch pounds of torque to feet pounds of torque. It just doesn't stop. The math just keeps on coming. So God bless Mr. Leslie, our librarian, who was also, I ended up getting out of a math class because the teacher was an idiot. And that was the information I got from Mr. Leslie, who was a math teacher. He wouldn't even eat with the other teachers in the student lounge. He said, they just talk about crappy crap. So he taught me and tutored me, and I went from barely getting a 60 to like almost 90% in math. Instructors, teachers, they make a difference. And he'd say they only talk about whining and crying about their paycheck and this, that, and the other thing. I'm here for you people, for the students. So we used to call him boss. And he let us eat in the library. Yeah, he put a table together for us, and he called us the Knights of the Round Table in the library. It was really cool. Those were cool times because Mr. Leslie was an older teacher, and he was there for the students. And he would tutor us on the side, and he helped me get a mark in math that's really counted today, being an automotive service tech for 40 plus years. I could not do it without being able to do math. Simple. So steering geometry is all math. That's where I'm going with it. It's all math and measurements. So when your car is bouncing and you're driving like a maniac and you're hitting those potholes big enough to be something on the moon, a crater, it knocks out your steering geometry. There's going to be no warning light. There's going to be nothing flashing or saying time for an alignment. It's a decision that needs to be made. And twice a year, when you're having your vehicle evaluated, a checkup, a health check, we want to make sure for you that we're checking all the steering components. Tie rod ends, inners, outer tie rod ends, sway bar links, ball joints, control arm bushings, struts, shocks, coil springs. We got to make sure that not only is everything good in the front suspension, but today's modern vehicles have rear suspension as well that's adjustable. So if the rear wheels are not tracking, we call it the tail wags the dog. So the rear wheels are actually trying to tell the front wheels how to steer. So, and that's not good. But you won't even notice that. You won't. But if you were tracking your fuel economy and doing the math, you'd go, oh, wait a minute. We're like, that one car in the household is using more fuel than the other two. So if the alignment is out, you're burning fuel big time because the vehicle's not rolling down the road. It's actually being pushed down the road. So if you, on some vehicles, I've seen going down the highway, the rear wheels look like a TR6, like or an MGB where the rear wheels are kind of cocked in at the top, out at the bottom. They're not straight up and down. That look is not correct. Yeah, on a European car, whole different setup. But on today's automobiles, whether it's foreign or domestic, the wheels should be perpendicular, straight up and down. And if they're not, even by 1/8 of an inch, the tires are getting scrubbed off at the back just as well as the ones at the front. So you're costing yourself money. You're eating up tires because the tires aren't rolling. They're scraping across the road surface, but you'll never know because unless somebody's checking it for you, you don't check an alignment. If it's going on the alignment rack, it's going on to be adjusted. And what I like people to see is take a snapshot of all the readings as the vehicle sits on the rack, on the alignment rack. And with digital alignment racks, not everybody can do an alignment. I say the equipment is only as good as the user. So you want to get an alignment done by a really good alignment fella or fellette. There's a lot of women that have gotten into auto mechanics, and I think that is so, so cool. And I keep an eye on a little young lady on YouTube. Her name is Faye, and she's quite quirky, but she does know her stuff. And so, I do kibitz back and forth with her and give her a little poke on things once in a while. But she has her own shop at her home, and she's quirky, and you'll see what I mean if you check her out on YouTube. So let her know that Motormouth sent you over. She does a great job. She really, really does. And, you've got to have a mechanic that either knows how to use the alignment rack or thinks he knows, but the new alignment machines are very, very accurate. Very accurate. So doing a printout before any adjustments are being done and then after will really show you how far out of whack your car really was. And that's what's costs you money. You're wearing out tires prematurely. The vehicle's not handling the way it ought to, but you won't even notice. And why is that? Because the alignment goes out of whack so gradually, unless there's a wheel facing outward when it's supposed to be facing forward, you might notice that. That one wheel seems to be making a right-hand turn even when the steering wheel is straight forward. That's when you will notice. But it comes on so gradual from hitting all those bumps in those person hole covers. Yeah, manhole covers. Yeah, don't get me on that woke thing because I'll eat your lunch and take your milk money. God bless you. Good luck. But anyways, we won't get into that. Manhole covers. They're wickedly, wickedly evil on your front end suspension. Potholes, speed bumps. Slow down, folks. That makes a mess of your steering geometry. All those things I just mentioned. Flying down the road and just nailing potholes. I call them ball joint bashers because that's exactly what they are. They cause the ball joints take a ton of pressure. So if you really got to understand the components in the front end of your car and what they do and the hammering they take every day from you driving, because most of you do not slow down or move out of a lane. We got one lane here in the hometown of Fort Erie, the South Shores of Lake Erie, that I'll tell you, if you stay in that lane, you'll need a wheel alignment by the time you get to Tim Hortons. Honest to goodness. Yeah. I grew up doing farming, and I'll tell you what, there were smoother laneways going back to the hayfields than that stretch of road they call the Garrison. Yeah, the Garrison Road, Highway 3, that goes all the way to the Peace Bridge to Buffalo. Yeah, the curb lane, you don't want to be in the curb lane. Get in the left lane. Trust me. That stretch of road would definitely put you in an alignment position. So again, steering geometry. Your vehicle is like if you think of a Kleenex box. And I have one right here. Can you see it? Probably not. Yeah, that's your car. So if you drew a tire on all four corners of the Kleenex box, you would have a picture of your car in its steering geometry. That's what the alignment machine is looking for. It's referencing the measurements on the rear wheels as compared to the measurements on the front wheels. So rear wheels have to be in alignment, so do the front wheels, and all the steering geometry has to be the same in order for it to track down the road. Now, some people say, well, I let go of the steering wheel and it goes to the right. The alignment should be okay, right? No. The machine's going to tell us how far out of whack it is. And I can tell you, 10 out of 10 vehicles goes on the rack, they're all out of whack. They are. It's not a maintenance-free steering geometry system. So again, the talking heads are selling you that idea. It doesn't need a wheel alignment. It should have a wheel alignment once a year. Maximum once every 2 years. Once every 24 months. Because if you don't, you're wearing tires. And as far as I know, I have not yet seen a 3-for-1 tire sale anywhere. Or even a 2-for-1. Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore. You're lucky if you can get a super duper deal. But I do have my sources, by the way. Yeah. I won't spell that out on the air. Getting tires. Yep. You have to email me to get that information. Get some great deals on top brand tires. I don't buy any of that offshore stuff. It doesn't last. I mean, in a pinch if you had to. But you got to have a good set of tires. That's the only thing that's between you and the road surface that's going to keep you safe and your occupants is a quality tire. The distance from the rim to the road to the tire surface, that's your insurance. And so you know what? Brakes and steering and tires, don't go cheap. Never go cheap on that stuff. No siree. Because that is your life, and that's the life of the occupants. And if you need that vehicle to perform well, to get out of the way of somebody else's potential problem, get sucked into their nightmare, you want that vehicle to steer quickly and perform. So, the roadways, they're not friendly. We've talked about that. But you know what we haven't talked about? The speed you go to get over railroad tracks. That's a killer right there. Oh, yeah. I know where the train tracks are around Fort Erie, and I'll tell you, people just fly across them. That's hard on the steering geometry big time. It really, really is. So where do we go from here? Well, if your vehicle's pushing your vehicle down the road instead of rolling, there's friction. The tires are wearing out. That's money. If you have worn steering suspension components and the vehicle's not really steering and going down the road correctly on the front of the vehicle, that's money. If the rear wheels are out of whack and it's pushing the vehicle down the road instead of rolling, that's fuel economy going out the door every single time you drive it. The performance is gone. So we need the vehicle to look like a Kleenex box. And as I said, if I hear people all the time, well, I let go of the steering wheel, it goes to the right. Do you think I need alignment? Okay, roads are not flat. That's what you have to know. It's all about steering geometry, the roads. And here I'm going to tie it together, and then we're going to wrap this up. And then I'm going to give you a little promoting on the videos we're shooting today, because it just happens to fall right into this category, 100%. And you'll get to see the video today, and you'll see the blood, the guts, and the gore in the front end of this van that I'm working on. And I'll tell you what, it beat me up until like 10 o'clock Saturday night. It was just horrific job. Horrific. I wanted to run away. Put my tools down and run away. I'm not coming back. I'm not going to finish that. That's beating me up. Anyways, you'll get to see that as well. So when you're going down the road and you let go of the steering wheel and eventually your vehicle starts to cruise off to the right-hand side, there's a reason for that. But if you let go of the steering wheel and it's like zip, it wants to go in the ditch, you got a steering geometry problem. When vehicles are set up on the alignment rack, there's what's called the crown of the road. So if you were actually able to see it with the naked eye, roadways are not flat. They're crowned on purpose for a couple of reasons. Number one, so it's not flat, it's up in the middle like a bridge. It's shaped, the roads are shaped like a bridge. And the reason for that is to get the water to run off the road and head towards the roadside. The other reason is the steering geometry has to be set up on the alignment machine so that if you were to fall asleep behind the wheel, the car will drift off to the right-hand side, not go into traffic. So when the steering geometry is set up on the alignment rack, the left side tires are set up different than the right side tires so that it tracks fairly straight but drifts just slightly off to the right. So you're driving down the road and you're thinking you're in a flat road, straight in a line, and you see the vehicle starting to go over to the right gradually. That's normal. That's so, again, if you were to fall asleep behind the wheel, the steering geometry and the road surface being crowned saves you from that vehicle going into head-on collision and drifting into the other oncoming traffic, the other lane. So it's all designed together to do its job, to drift off to the right. But where the indicator is that you know there's a steering problem, even though I told you there aren't any real indicators other than if you notice your tires are scrubbed, but most people don't even notice anything, really. They don't. Because one technician the other week said, hardly anyone ever pre-trips or does a circle check or checks anything on their vehicle anymore. And in a video today that I'm shooting, I'm going to show you that to be the absolute 100% truth. I will show you that in a video today. And the vehicle's telling the person one specific thing that could cost that vehicle to go into the You Pull It wrecking yard as another victim of lack of maintenance. And bringing the vehicle into the shop, I'm reading the message and going, holy crap, I better shut this thing off. I don't think I want to be the guy running it when things implode. Yeah, so I'm going to share that with you today on a video. We're going to shoot that in the service bays today. And also, I've got the whole suspension ripped out on the driver's side, and I get to do the passenger side. But I have run into a problem there that I have to overcome. So I'm going to show you that in a video today as well. So when all is said and done, this van will have to go on the alignment rack because it is going to be totally out of whack. But it was already before I even got started. Things are worn out. So you want to make sure that your service tech is checking the suspension properly, not just a snaky lick at it or a peekaboo, or he's got his welding mask on and looking your vehicle over. You want to know. Again, there are only two ways to own a car. Two ways. Living in the unknown, not knowing zippity-doo-dah, bupkis, not a zilch about what's going on with your car. You'd rather just keep the blinders on and wait and react when something goes wrong. That is many of you out there. You haven't learned yet. I'm trying to help you here. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to try and help you. That kind of vehicle ownership gives you 100%, no additives, no preservatives, stress. And honestly, people, I don't know about you, but I don't want any more stress or drama from anyone. I'm full. My dipstick on that drama meter and everything else and stress meter is about done. It's over full. So I just say no to drama, no to stress. It's got to go. So I'm not sure what part of knowing what's going on with your vehicle and having peace of mind and the freedom of knowing your vehicle's has been kept with tender, loving care, that saves you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Driving it like you believe it's maintenance free is going to put you in that corner one day at the shop when the tech goes, it needs $5,800 worth of work to bring it back to functional condition. And that's when you have the what the heck moment, right? But it shouldn't be a surprise because you've been driving it and not putting any money into it and not taking care of it. Imagine if that was a pet. Imagine your vehicle's a pet. Oh, well, we might feed you next month. Oh, you got to go outside? No. Well, you can just stay outside. Then that way, you can do your business and you don't have to bother me because I'm busy watching Netflix or something that sucks my brain out like a turkey baster. Anyways, I go down a rabbit hole there. Anyhow, if it was a pet, how would you treat it? Like a bad donkey? Change your mindset and become a vehicle owner that's in the know. You don't have any pressure about the car because it's being looked after. You're actually taking the wheel and looking after it. That's going to save you so much money. I can't even believe that people would just want to drive it into the ground and then keep trading time for money, making car payments and interest payments, and running like that little hamster on the wheel. Run, get off, lick the little ball, grab a pellet, jump back on, and be in the hole for $800, $600, $1,200, $1,500, $2,200 a month paying for a piece of sheet metal and rubber. If they make the sheet metal any thinner, it will only have one side. And everybody, including your neighbors, will be able to see through your vehicle whether you're a car slob or not because they'll be able to see everything. Everything. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You couldn't park a 2026 in my driveway. I'd say, please get that piece of junk out of here. Yeah, they're going downhill, especially the domestics. Oh my goodness. The price tag does not reflect the quality of goods sold, period. I don't want plastic. I don't want sheet metal that's like Reynolds wrap, Reynolds aluminum, and everything under the hood is plastic, and it's decaying and costing people thousands of dollars in needless repairs. And guess what? We take the rotted plastic off the engine, and we put the same plastic back on. Are you getting it? I hope so. Yeah, it's called planned. Get this in your head today. I'll leave you with this. Planned obsolescence. You pick it out. You wear and tear it. They sell you that it's maintenance free. By the time you pay it off, you got to go get another one. But they'll give you $100 for it. Yeah, they'll give you like a couple of. I say that sarcastically, just slightly, because it's true. At trade-in time, what do they give you for it? Yeah, a coffee card for Timmy's and maybe a coupon for a slice of pizza and a cola. I don't know. Next to nothing. They give you nothing for it. Well, we can take it off your hands. We really can't give you much for it. But, we'll take, we'll take it and we'll take it off your hands. Like, they're doing you a favor. They have the wholesaler guys that are just waiting with bated breath to get hold of it so they can put lipstick on a pig and sell it to somebody else and make a profit. That's the car game, folks. I've been around this mountain a few times. I've been behind the curtains. There's things that I have seen that go on at dealerships that if I spoke the word, the unheard message, there probably would be unfriendly people at my door. So I'm trying to educate you the best I can without poking people in the chest, without taking out an eye, without drawing any blood or a limb or anything, and trying to, keep the feng shui swaying, because there's a lot of nasty stuff that goes on behind there. The politicking, the talking heads, the sales pitch, and a lot of you guys fall for it. Honestly, you really do. So keep an eye out for the video coming up that we're shooting today. Is going to teach you all about what I have been talking about, alignments. If your vehicle presently has not had alignment since you bought it, shame on you. You're costing yourself a lot of money. Be that person that's in the know, living in peace of mind and freedom, and not waiting for something to break before the vehicle has to go to the shop. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That attitude is costing a lot of you a lot of wasted cash. So you're out there, home to work, 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 and that's just 1 week, and you're wasting a ton of money. The latter will save you a lot of money, being in the know, getting your vehicle checked, treating it like a pet, cleaning it, looking after it, making sure the mechanicals are all caught up. Nothing's going to come out of, the boogeyman isn't going to come out from under the hood suddenly, and now your car down, and now you're faced with, over 74+% of Canadians are less than $200 from being broke. You don't need a huge service repair bill, right? Ignoring it doesn't make it go away. Ignoring it doesn't mean it's going to self-heal if you park in a specific direction, facing whatever, east, west, north, or south, properly will heal the vehicle. Yeah, the car goblins will just fix it for you. That doesn't happen. That's not reality. That's Netflix. Yeah, and I don't have that. I haven't had TV since 2009. I feel more human than ever. Yeah, because, my Sunday school teacher taught us a term called Jijo. Garbage in equals garbage out. Love you all very much. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to be talking about rust proofing and what that means, what it is, what it means, and what it should mean to you. Because that is one of my trade secrets. That's the reason I can be driving a 19-year-old vehicle that still looks and runs and acts like it's brand new. And that's when I get people say, every time I see your vehicle, it looks better than the last time. Like it seems to get newer. How does that happen? Oh, I bought the right one on the right day and the right shift. Really? No, not really. So keep it under 100. Happy, healthy motoring to you all. And don't forget, how long would you keep your vehicle if you had a strategic plan to be able to do so, to help you with that, to put on 300, 400,000, 600,000 kilometers? That's what our Car Connection fleet maintenance system is all about. We're putting together the whole page so that you can see it, look at it, read about how I developed it, and how it can work for you at the cost of a cup of coffee or an oil change a month. So if you went 1 cup of coffee less per month, per week, you could pay for it. Yeah, any cheaper and I would probably be paying you. So we're offering it up to those who are subscribed to our YouTube channel and be able to buy it for $59. For those who are not subscribed, $69. And 93% of you haven't subscribed, but you're loving the videos. How come it is? Do us a favor. Help us out to grow so that we can help others just like you and me. Subscribe. Like, subscribe, share, follow, connect to our community. Listen to the podcast. Share us with all your buddies, and we appreciate that. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. So happy, healthy motoring. Peace, patience, kindness, always. Bye for now.